now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing, all at the same time. Coming up on episode 82, we say farewell to the M&Ms. We pay homage to Florida Man. Someone's missing in this week's movie review, and so much more. I'm Mike Fish, and I'm joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing there, my man?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here. Newest edition of the microdose, the Razzie edition of the waffle box, and it is the original waffle box. You accept no substitutes because it is the best part of Wednesdays. My Fish, I somehow hurt myself. I'm at that age now where all I have to do is just like get out of bed and like pull a muscle in my back, and we're okay now. The Tylenol's kicking in. The rum's gonna help in a few minutes also. But like sneezes have never been scarier.
Oof. Don't worry, we're all getting there. A few months ago, I hurt my ankle getting off the toilet. So
Fascinating.
that happened.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're at that age, dude. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah, you have to roll with it.
I slipped on the bottom step, and pretty much just the equivalent of just stomping your foot really hard. But because I stomped my foot that hard, I broke my big toe.
What now? Just recently?
No, 3 weeks ago. I even made mention on the first microdose of the year. I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, it was all purple. Like, the weight of a simple thin bed sheet was agony overnight.
Jesus.
So it's much better now. We're all better, and celebrating a victory. Brock Purdy is God. If you're a 49ers fan,
yes. Look at you.
It's a very weird sport,
with
dude.
your
This guy came out
team
of
winning.
nowhere. That was a hard fought win, dude. They Dallas could have stole that from them last night or the other night.
I was so happy that they didn't know. Fun fact, did you know that the last time Dallas Cowboys achieved anything, Spice Girls hadn't even released an album yet?
All right. And was that like 1991?
1996.
96. Okay. Shit.
Biodome had just come out in the theaters the last time Dallas Cowboys won anything.
I was a junior in high school. I was dating my first girlfriend at this time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy memories.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
I was 10. And I'm probably not doing anything interesting.
You probably weren't.
The story of Mike Fish doesn't get spicy until around about 18. But then maybe we'll save that for another episode.
Ooh. Plant some seeds.
Yeah. You know, got to leave them wanting more, you see.
I get it. Yeah.
Speaking of
plant those seeds.
Planting seeds, and that's a terrible segue, but
I don't know where you're going with that segue, buddy.
I mean, I planted some seeds when I was 18. But before we really dive into this weekend, we have a throwback to go to, because this was just a funny story that we brought up several episodes ago, but apparently it's now back. It's now back, baby. So we mentioned
like over a year ago, wasn't it?
I could probably pull it up, but no, I can't, because I'm using my phone as a camera right now.
No, you keep producing. I'll check it out.
But so there was some furor back in the day when M&Ms, obviously, you know, they have their little mascots, the little M&Ms that have eyes and mouths and talk to each other.
I see them before every movie screening I go to.
They do like to go to the movies. As they call them, they're spokes candies. It's very imaginative. So I'm sure someone got paid a lot of money to come up with that. But they have now officially replaced the spokes candies with actress Maya Rudolph who has been donned the quote unquote chief of fun of the M&M brand.
Oh god.
Now, if you're not familiar with this story, you might be saying, "Wait, what? Why? Why are they getting rid of the M&M spokes candies?" Well, here's why. So apparently, back in the day, again, this is sometime I want to say around maybe about a year ago or so. It might have been recent. I don't know. I don't give too much thoughts about this, and that's one of the reasons I'm talking about this. Ironically, so M&M's decided that the green M&M, which was the lady M&M, used to wear some kinky boots.
Oh yeah.
She's the kinky lady. She's a lady. And then they decided, you know what? I guess maybe it's cheaper to animate. I don't know. They just made them all wear the same kind of footwear. And Tucker Carlson, famous for his Fox News show, I guess. I don't know. I don't really watch that stuff. He got furious at this. So he said that it was the makeover was another example of a liberal agenda that's gone too far. And all this backlash from the right wing. I'm not going to say all of the right wing, so I'm not going to clump everyone together, but a large number of them were like, we're not going to boycott M&Ms until they make the cartoon M&M sexy again, because I'm lonely and I need to, I don't know. So now M&M's would be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just getting rid of them. There we go. Yeah, you have Maya Rudolph there. It's just like the people complaining about this. Oh, what a privileged life they must have. And I'm not talking in terms of privilege, in terms of, having lots of money or being born into wealth and all that good stuff and never had a hardship in their life. However, if you are living such a life that you have time to be concerned over whether a cartoon M&M is a feminist or not, you need to get a hobby.
It's just ridiculous when you say it out loud too. It's just like, oh my god. Here we go. 11 months ago, episode 35.
35. Simpler times back then.
Simpler times. Less waffle boxes too. Less waffle boxes. I found like 4 more just looking for our shit.
Oh, there's more waffle boxes popping up?
Well, there's the one that's actually been around a while, so we might have to like strike the original waffle box, but I think we're just going to keep that. It's like the real Ghostbusters, Come on.
Well, I know there was one that popped up after us, and they called themselves the Waffle Box Podcast, which I passively aggressively followed them on Twitter, and they didn't respond. But they know what they did. But whatever.
You know what you did.
You know what you did. So yeah, good.
Ooh,
so apparently in the I was gonna say in the article, so the Maya Rudolph will star in the M&M Super Bowl commercial, and it just said that the original colorful cast of M&Ms, the spokes candies at present are pursuing other personal passions, which is nice.
Oh, are we gonna say goodbye to the candies at the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna tune in
just for that.
So not to, I guess, draw too much attention. I saw somewhere where they're gonna keep us updated on what the spokes candies are up to, but only through their social media channels. They're not going to use the $500 gazillion Super Bowl money. They're just going to give that to Maya Rudolph.
So dumb. So I like the Maya Rudolph. She's a very funny lady.
She's
a very pretty lady, and I would like to hold her hand. However, the people that hate the green M&M for reasons you just detailed also hate Maya Rudolph. So I don't think this is gonna be the last time we talk about the great M&Ms again.
As long as she's wearing sexy boots, I'm sure they'll be fine. I mean, if
I for one welcome that.
If they have sexual fantasies that are being ruined about a green M&M, how they, so it's obviously not about color. That's how they that's maybe their argument of like, how can I be racist? I masturbate over a green M&M. It's a hell of a case. It's hard to argue. I'll be honest.
Yes. Yeah.
Timestamp that 10 minutes. Masturbate over a green M&M. It's great content here, Wafflebox. Anyway, that's enough about that because I'm sure we'll be back talking about that in a couple of weeks after the Super Bowl, after the big game, as we have to call it, because we're not a sponsor of that big game. So we don't get sued.
Big Game 55.
Big Game 55, not starring the New York Giants
57?
or. Oh, you said 55 so confidently. I would have bought that. I have no idea. But the Super Bowl 30, I did research. Super Bowl 30 was the last time the Dallas Cowboys won, which was 1996. So it's probably 50, high 50s now. They suck. How about them Cowboys? Let's move on. How have you been celebrating Kush
Moving on
today, which is obviously everyone knows is National Florida Day? How have you been celebrating?
Drinking and abusing prescription medication. Yes.
No, but you've got all your teeth still, so you haven't done it properly.
Oh, well, shit. Give me a minute.
Maybe next year.
Right. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
The only way I could think of celebrating the grand state of Florida is by delving into the archives and pulling out some of my favorite Florida man stories. Now, if you are not familiar with it, oh my golly gosh, what are you using Google for? That's what I have to ask. Just do it right now. Pause this podcast, or you can keep it going, to be honest, and just go pull up Google and just type in Florida man and then your date of birth. That normally gets you just might find some fun stories there. But if you know the real history of me and my podcast back in the day, way back in the day now, I used to host a show called The Mike and Adam Show with Mike and Adam, where one of our weekly segments was Florida Man stories. So I have a bunch of these saved up. And so we're going to go through some of them. So all of these predominantly are from 2015/2016. So don't ask me when they were because I didn't write them down, but I do remember them being at that time. First story. Are you ready, Kush?
I'm ready.
So, a Pasco County Sheriff's deputy walked into a store and he saw a young man, aged 50, try to pass a, quote, bag of green leafy substance to the shopper in line behind him. And according to the arrest report, Balmer, the guy's name Balmer, why wouldn't it be, then paid for his items, allegedly leaving a bag on the ground. And when the clerk alerted the deputies, they found marijuana and methamphetamines. I can't say that word.
Methamphetamine.
There you go.
In
the bag.
Meth is good too.
So yeah, so he just left a bag of weed and meth in the store. Sounds pretty tame. However, his mugshot shows that when he was arrested for selling drugs, he had the T-shirt which read, "Who needs drugs? ? No, seriously, I have drugs." Which I appreciate. Maybe he's going for that. Was it the
irony?
No, not the irony. Maybe like the reverse mentality. Wasn't it? No, the reverse psychology. There we go.
Reverse psychology.
But if I wear a T-shirt saying, "Hey, I've got drugs on me," no one's gonna really think I have drugs on me. Turns out he did, and so yeah, they arrested him for drug possession. What an idiot!
Derp.
So there you go, kids. Lesson number 1: if you're going to sell drugs, don't wear a T-shirt saying, "Hey, I'm selling drugs."
Yeah, you really got to make it more a word of mouth advertising as opposed to just advertising. I know it doesn't make any sense in this world of capitalism, kids, but yeah, you can't just say like, "Hey, selling drugs over here. Come to this address. Knock twice. Don't mind the pit bull. Please don't be a cop."
Are you a cop? You have to tell me if you're a cop. That's the law. It's not the
They
law.
actually don't have to tell you that.
Yeah,
By
they
the way.
don't have to do that. Next one. So Wendy's, my favorite fast food chain. What's yours favorite fast food chain, Kush?
Oh, geez, I don't really do fast food too much these days, but like I like Popeyes, I like KFC, I like McDonald's.
Love that chicken Popeyes. They have a great jingle. I will give them that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know one time talking about Popeyes? One time in Harlem, me and my lady friend at the time, who's now my wife,
My wife.
we went to Popeyes in Harlem, and we was thoroughly enjoying the chicken. And until my wife discovered there was a little barcode printed on one of the bones, which made us go
printed on the bone.
So, that's pretty weird.
That is weird.
I don't know where that chicken came from.
It's got a barcode on.
It had a barcode on the bone. Explain that, viewers. Enjoywafflebox@gmail.com. Maybe it's a common thing. Maybe they scan the chicken so much the barcode goes. I don't know. It seems very elaborate, but there you go. Wendy's, a man named Joshua James was charged with assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill.
Oh, well, that's nice of him.
By the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation officials.
Oh, okay.
What happened
they
here?
have that authority.
Well, so what happened was that he went through the Wendy's drive-through, got his stuff, and rather than paying, he threw a 3.5-foot alligator through the window and then just drove off.
I don't approve of fucking with, the staff of any establishment, but if you're gonna do it, that's a great conversation starter at parties.
But the
Guess what
alligator was
happened to me at
alive
work today? Yes, I
So,
put
like,
that one together.
There's so much more to it. Like, why was the alligator just chilling in his passenger seat? And he's probably like, oh yeah, we're gonna get some Wendy's. I'm gonna get that baconator. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Get him, Sheba! Ah, Sheba the alligator.
So yeah, fair play to him. He was charged with illegally possessing an alligator. So they obviously weren't friends. And petty theft. So I guess I don't know if that was thievery of the Wendy's or he stole the alligator.
Probably stole the gator.
He was released on a $6,000 bail and ordered to have no contact with animals. It's probably for the best.
Okay.
Also, maybe you should have a restraining order around Wendy's restaurants.
That couldn't hurt. That couldn't hurt. It couldn't hurt.
Now we just get to some really petty ones. These are my favorite. Petty, as I get older, I really enjoy pettiness. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, Lakeland Police Department received a call that a man was sitting in the middle of a crosswalk eating pancakes on a small TV table. 21-year-old Kieron Thomas was charged with obstruction in the roadway and disrupting the free flow of traffic. So this 21-year-old just decided for a laugh. He wasn't on drugs. He wasn't drunk. He got all clear on that one. But he just thought for a laugh, you know what? I'm going to take these pancakes. I'm just going to eat them in the middle of the street. Just because he thought it'd be funny. Yeah, it's a power play.
Definitely
because
a power move.
There's certain places around this neck of the woods where they wouldn't give a shit. They'll be sorry, you shouldn't be there, pal.
Just drive around him. Just drive around him, Mod.
No, they'd probably knock me down and steal my pancakes.
Oh.
But yeah, ballsy move for a 21-year-old. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't do that now, but there you go. And now, Kush. Oh, Kush. We have reached the pièce de résistance, as the French would say. C'est résistant. Yes, I speak French. Oui, oui. C'est bon. Le bibliothèque. That's a library. So, a bored pilot over in Florida realized that because there's a website you can go to, Flight Radar 24, where you just type in the code of the plane. I don't know, planes have codes, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can track the plane.
Yeah.
So it'll track it from takeoff with a little green line all the way to when it lands again. So you can see where it went. I often do it sometimes when loved ones are flying. I just want to make sure they get, you know what I mean? Not that I can do anything if something disappears, but, it's peace of mind. There I can see them. They're on their way. Beautiful. So this guy decided, you know what would be funny? Because I'm bored. He got into his private plane and drew a 20-mile penis from his flight tracker. Isn't that amazing? And I love this. It has a happy ending. He didn't get arrested because obviously I'm sure there's no law against that. But if you went on Flight Tracker, you could see a giant green penis over Florida. Amazing.
Most people would already say Florida is a giant green penis. However, I've heard of people doing this also with their Fitbit when they go jogging or biking. So it's anytime something like this does come up, it tickles me to no end. And there's a lot of energy put into that.
I remember there was once, when you go into like Google Maps, other map apps are available, but when you can type, wait, this is where I'm leaving from, this is where I'm going. Give me the directions, and you can choose from driving, walking, bicycling,
Sure,
and other things.
I know.
So there was one time MetLife Stadium where New York Giants play over there.
True.
Those watching the video version, I'm pointing at MetLife Stadium.
East
right
is
now.
that way. East is that way. Yeah. I'm pointing there too.
Right. Anyway, so I was like, there's one time there's traffic was so bad. I think it was WrestleMania was there, and everyone was getting caught up because I believe they probably told the local authorities, yeah, we'll finish up by 11. So they put on public transport from 11 till 12. The show doesn't end till after midnight, and then suddenly there's lots of people stranded trying to get back to New York City from New Jersey.
Sure.
And the next day, I see people complaining, saying it took them like 5 hours to get back to their hotels after the event ended. And I was like, you know what? I know it'll take a while, but I wonder if I went to that event, would I be able to walk home faster than these people taking trains and Ubers? So I went into my Google app, typed in MetLife Stadium, typed in walking, then mapped the walking, and it said it's something that would take me like just over 3 hours to do. But the map itself literally drew out a giant hand flipping the bird.
Oh.
Like the directions went like woo, and then it had a big middle finger, and it was like it was almost basically telling me, don't do this, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Did make me chuckle. But then they must have updated some things, maybe opened up a new bridge to make it easier to do. Because then when my buddy Alex Middleton, shout out to Alex Middleton, Past the Gravy Podcast, and Claire at the Big Blue, which you can watch us live every Tuesday at 6 o'clock on YouTube, he was over and we was talking about it, and that story came up, and I was like, see, I'll show you. And it looked nothing like a middle finger. It's like, fuck you, Google. You just screwed me.
You might have had a couple pints in you as well, though, at that point. But still.
Yeah, maybe I was just on a different app and I was just doing some weird shit.
You do some weird shit on the apps.
I do some weird shit when I'm... Cheers. Here's to rum.
Cheers to...
So there you go. Happy Florida Day, everyone. Celebrate by doing something really dumb, but try not to get arrested. Maybe take your private plane. Well, yeah, get your Fitbit or your Apple Apple devices or other devices are available. We're not sponsored by anyone yet. Give us
Florida man,
money.
keep kissing your alligator and throwing your sister through the Wendy's drive-through.
Yeah. But I am going to now try to track my workout tomorrow, and I'm going to take the dog for a long walk and see if I can make it into a penis or middle.
I bet you can. Try a penis. It's only one. It's only one thing. It's only one arc.
Well, you got to get the balls.
Well, that's a cul-de-sac though. That's a whole. Don't worry about the balls. Don't worry about the balls. Just focus on the shaft.
Oh.
Focus on the shaft in the head.
No, you got to take care of the balls. Oh yeah, if I can get, maybe I'd have to go to like a big field because then I'd be like that perfectionist kind of guy. I'd want nice, good sized balls, and then the shot, and then I'd even want to go out a little bit for the. My dog's gonna hate me.
You'll have to do a TikTok about this later. You'll have to do a TikTok for this.
I'm not gonna fucking do a TikTok.
What?
You can
talk
your own.
Do a
ticks.
TikTok, Mike. Do a TikTok, Mike. TikTok.
I don't know if I think about a year or so ago I did set up a TikTok for Waffle Box.
All right. How'd that go?
I think I uploaded maybe one video. I don't know if it's still on there. Let us know. Enjoy.
You're getting to that age. You're like, I refuse to subscribe to any more apps. I will not.
It's just I don't like it. It's not for me. I'm not gonna insult anyone that does like TikTok, but I just can't get into it. It's just like the wife, she'll sit there and just watch videos, and I would like peer over her shoulder every and again. It's like, what the fuck kind of videos? And it's just some random woman eating. She's just watching someone eat food. And I just the way my brain works, I'm always like, where's the punchline? Oh, this isn't funny. This isn't a funny video. This is just literally someone eating. Cool.
I bet they also got like over 1,000 subscribers too.
Yeah.
Which should infuriate you more.
We're doing the wrong business, Kush.
We might be. Maybe we should just
rather than doing watch along podcasts, we should do eat along. Where me and you just eat McDonald's one week and then
there's honestly an audience for that.
I
wouldn't listen to it, but there's an audience for that. People that love to listen to other people chewing, like
ASMR people.
Yes, those creeps. I mean, those beautiful, beautiful souls of wit and charm.
Yeah, they're all weird unless someone is listening now who's into that. Then you're not weird. It's the other people, but you're right. You're cool. Thanks for tuning in.
We vetted you out. You're all right.
We'll have one listener into that, and you're it, pal, and we welcome you and we love you. Heart shape. Heart shape emoji.
I feel like I'm not doing it right.
Yeah, you're doing it. I can see it. No, that just looks way too complicated. Do it the original way. That's fine. Anyway, speaking, this is actually a good segue from Florida man. So now it's time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Speaking of penises,
big dicks.
Big dicks. A man broke the Guinness World Record for largest penis. No, it's not yet. I wonder if that's in the book. Do you reckon that's in the book?
It has to be, right?
The world's largest penis.
It's in her book. I think it's in her book.
All right, okay. If they was gonna do the Guinness World Record for largest penis, what do you? Do you reckon there's a distinction, or there's this one? Like, is there like the Guinness World Record for the biggest, like, erect penis,
the biggest,
and then
the biggest soft penis that does get erector?
Because not to get too close, but let's just say there are people out there that are growers, not showers. But then also because I had very close knit friends in England, where often we would be in situations where I may catch a glance at a friend of mine's phallic member, and he assured me that when, because I've only seen their soft penises. They were not standing to attention. But he assured me that actually he had a generous sized penis when it was soft, but when it got erected, it actually didn't get that much bigger. I was like, interesting. Mine's the opposite. Mine's compact for when I'm out and about. But when it's time to come get down, it's there. Anyway, did you do some research about the Guinness World Record for the largest penis?
No Guinness World Record, but the New York Post reports that a man who claims to have the world's biggest penis stunned breakfast TV hosts by showing them an explicit picture live on air. New York actor Jonah Falcone, fantastic name, FYI.
That is a good. That is a measures good, out at big dick name.
13 and a half inches, one erect, with an 8-inch diameter. Jonah Falcone.
And 13 and a half?
And one half. 13 and a half.
I'm trying. Like he could slap me across the chest with his erect penis and still have room at the end for this. An 8-inch diameter or radius?
8-inch diameter. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like so the
it's very girthy.
Width.
It's girthy very penis.
Girthy. Yeah. Oof.
So basically, it's like a baby elephant's penis.
Got a baby's arm. He's got a literal baby's arm with an apple, holding an apple.
Well, shout out to you,
Jonah Falcone. You got a sister? I don't know. I hope she has a smaller penis.
I don't know where that was going.
I'm on Tylenol and rum. Leave me alone.
But why would these breakfast hosts be shocked? If a man,
because he showed them the photo on the air live.
Okay, yeah, but right, if I'm hanging out with someone, and for whatever reason the conversation comes up where he says, "Hey, I have a massive penis," and then he gets his phone out and goes to the photo app, I'm pretty sure what that photo is going to be. I'm not shocked.
What's crazier is the real penis is longer than his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks smaller on the phone.
What did he do? Did he have it did he have it on next to a tape measure, do you reckon? Or was he like holding it next to like a, I don't know, what could you, like a pint glass for reference?
Like, I'm honestly surprised he didn't just have it just draped over his arm like a wristwatch. I mean, that's what I like to do.
You have to, if you like a Coke can, that'd be a good one because everyone knows how big a Coke can is. Or other sodas available.
Mm-hmm. Longer than a Coke can.
Well, like I think it's probably more than 2.
Probably.
But yeah. At that point, what are you going to do with that? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's some size queens out there, but eventually, just like, yeah, the girl you want to take home to mom isn't going to be able to handle that.
Like, if you're like really going to town on someone, you could like break their ribs.
You could hurt them real bad. You couldn't even go all the way in. Like, you'd have to date a really tall woman, like Grace Jones taller maybe.
So is this just like hanging around WNBA games? Hey, you single? Want to see my photos?
Hey, Lisa Leslie, you'll never guess what I can do. Have you seen my new Rolex?
I could strangle a man with this thing.
More than one way. Boom.
But it'd be easier if he put you in a chokehold with his penis, just show him some nudie photos of some ladies, and suddenly you're released. No. And then you're released. No, because
gotcha, because it stiffens out.
Yeah. Or do you think it would be like a boa constrictor?
I would have said boa
You
constrictor,
just like
but
getting
I think you
choked
make
by
a
this
good point.
massive penis. Like, think of baseball. Think of baseball.
You'd be like, Siri, Pornhub, Asian MILFs.
What a way to die.
Happy Lunar New Year.
The year of the rabbit. Which is almost a good way to segue back to the dumb world record this week. So a man
We're
broke
talking about a world
Guinness
record.
World Record when his homemade drone reached a speed of 224 miles per hour during a flight in Arizona.
Okay.
Guinness World Records confirmed that Ryan Lederman broke the record for the fastest ground speed by a battery-powered remote-controlled quadcopter. Well, quadcopter means it's four blades, I guess. Right. When he made the official attempt in Scottsdale, he said his drone, dubbed the XLR-V3, was the result of multiple prototypes made using 3D printers and his hand construction skills. Guinness World Records rules required that the XLR V3 to make 2 runs in opposite directions during level flight. The top speed of both runs were then averaged together to set the record at 224. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, what's weird about that? Guys has made a drone and it goes really fast. Good for him. Now, if you are lucky enough to be watching the YouTube version, I am going to splicey a picture of this thing.
Oh.
Now, for those listening, I'm going to try my best to describe what this drone looks like.
Okay.
It looks like a giant, not Guinness World Record, maybe actually, giant red dildo with 4 baby dildos around it.
Okay.
And they're clearly vibrators. Seriously, they are tipped for her pleasure or his pleasure. But I mentioned this on Twitter, and the team behind it retweeted what I said, which is quite fun.
But they approve. They're like,
they approve
this is a man who
my
gets our
description.
vision. Finally, someone understands what we were trying to achieve here. Thank you, Mike Fish.
I can't remember the exact quote. I should have wrote it down, but they did say to me that the original name of the project was Project Dill Drone, which I did appreciate. So they got the kind of humor. I tried to get him onto the show to kind of discuss the idea
that would
of
have
this
been an amazing get.
dildo drone.
Yeah.
They have yet to respond, so maybe another time.
And then whenever they can, please come on the show, folks. We need. I have questions.
So yeah, so shout out Ryan Lederman and the team over with the XLR V3 for the world's fastest dildo. You are doing God's work. Still to come, we've got the Trapdoor segment where we have moved on to the letter O, where we rid the world of one extra celebrity. Kush is reviewing another movie with a really basic title, Missing. And so much more. But we'll be right down the flip side. We'll be back after the short break.
There's nothing as special as Pepperidge Farm distinctive cookies. Such fancy shapes and real dark chocolate, sinfully rich. And the flavors, like Milano's, with orange or peppermint, all baked with extra care. 'Cause Pepperidge Farm still remembers simple things make better cookies. My favorite, a full bag.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back. Episode 82 to Waffle Box. It's the middle of the show, so it's now best time for the show to do the middle of the show quiz, if you ask me. It'd be really weird to do it at the end. But this week, I'm going to be testing Kush's knowledge on fun facts. Fun facts. So with the middle of the show quiz, I asked Kush 5 questions. Obviously, the name of the game is try to get at least 3 out of 5, if not 5 out of 5. If he gets the question correct, he hears this noise, which makes him happy. However, if he gets the answer wrong, he hears this noise, which makes him so sad. Look at that face. This, I put together 5 fun facts. And you have to determine whether they're true or false. Nice and simple. So it's 50-50.
Oh.
True or false.
Oh, I'm going to kill it tonight.
Oh, now I just realized, the tense music. That's one the victim of our soundboard. So it's not, just imagine I'm going to play. It's not tense music. Just imagine it's tense music. But anyway, are you ready, Mr. Hayes?
I am ready.
Fun fact number 1: true or false? Ha! It is illegal to own a guinea pig in Switzerland. True or false?
False.
It is false. However, this is the fun fact about it. It is illegal to own only one guinea pig.
Oh, you have to own 2 or more?
You have to own 2 or more because there is in Switzerland, it is considered animal cruelty because the guinea pig is such a social animal. If you only have one, that's animal cruelty and you can get arrested for that. So if you have a guinea pig, you have to have 2.
Yeah,
I don't know how they police that. But I'm sure because if you buy one, you could just like, oh no, I already have 2. This is gonna be a third buddy.
I think you got to buy
home the one guinea pig,
time.
and then SWAT team comes in just to double check. Anyway, fun fact number 2: the saying "raise a toast" comes from Roman times when they would drop toast into their drinks.
False.
It's true. Romans would drop a bit of toasted bread in their wine as it was believed to bring good health.
Okay.
Idiots.
Why don't we just do crouton now?
I'm not sticking that. This wine.
I really
is
don't
lovely.
want a crouton in my wine.
Who's got the garlic cheese? Give me the garlic cheese croutons. Whack that in there.
Let me get that Texas toast.
Woo! Fun fact number 3. Wait, I'm gonna say you got that one right. You got that one wrong. Fun fact number 3.
21.
The Loch Ness monster is the official national animal of Scotland.
I hope not. False.
Correct. It is false. However, do you know what is the official animal of Scotland?
Is it a greyhound?
Nope.
Oh.
It's the unicorn. Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Why not?
Because there's so many unicorns running about Scotland. They're just known for them. You can't go a mile without seeing a bloody unicorn in Scotland. Rampant. Fun fact number 4.
Number 4.
Wait, you got that one right. Every letter in the alphabet is represented when you spell out all 50 US states.
False. There's no state with a Z.
Technically, you got that right, but there is. Arizona has a
God
Z in
damn
it.
it. Arizona's not a real state. There, I said it.
But Q is never used in
Q.
any US states. Poor Q. My favorite Star Trek.
Always
character.
left on the.
Love me some Q. Do you ever used to watch Star Trek Next Generation?
I was more of the original series, but I've seen my fair share of TNG.
I always used to get a little bit giddy, a little bit excited when Q would show up, that little scamp.
Q is a very popular character. I get why too. John Delancey, outstanding actor.
Fun fact number 5.
Oh,
Every clock in the movie Pulp Fiction is set to the time 4:20.
I'll say true because that sounds like something Tarantino would have done, but it probably didn't. But I'll still say true because I'm winning.
That was good. Good strategy. But yes, incorrect. Is it? But that is actually a very big myth. If you actually search a lot, there are a lot of articles on the internet that will tell you that it's true, but it's not.
Pulp Fiction.
You win.
Pulp Fiction was that movie that had so many rumors and myths and behind the scenes nonsense when the internet first came out that I'm sure there's it has a lot of dumb stuff. Like I remember hearing like, yeah, Marcellus Wallace, the briefcase is filled with his soul, and that's why he has the bandage on the back of his neck, because that's where the soul is located.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, so if they just stick a needle in the back of someone's neck and you can suck at their soul.
That's what apparently, according to the internet, that is a possibility of what happened. However, when you ask Quentin Tarantino what's in the briefcase, he goes, a light bulb and some tinfoil.
Very literal answer. Because that was literally what was in the briefcase. But I liked it. It was just up to interpretation. I like to think it was some chicken nuggets.
Dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets.
Because they had the big fast food scene. They were there having burgers and stuff. It would make sense if the briefcase opened up. There's the nuggets. See, I'm thinking.
You heard it here on the original Waffle Box first, folks.
Prove me wrong. Hey, Quentin Tarantino, you send me a tweet
calling you out, Tarantino.
In the next 7 days, tell me I'm wrong. And if you don't do that, then you just said yes, that's true. Chicken nuggets in the Pulp Fiction briefcase.
I want to kickbox Quentin Tarantino in the parking lot of the Tower Records on Hollywood and Vine with Thai style with broken glass on our fists. I don't know where that came from, but
that escalated quickly.
I'm still holding that out. I bet you he doesn't show.
I bet he doesn't.
What if he does though? Oh my god!
Like he tweets me saying that I'm full of shit, accompanied with a photo of him waiting for you, with his fists taped
up and broken glass on both of his fists. Just come on, Kush Hayes. Fuck you up. You asked for it. I trained with Don Wilson.
He does look like the kind of guy who could like fuck people up in a fight. Like he looks crazy behind those eyes.
Oh, he's very wiry. That dude's very wiry. Like he's unpredictable. He doesn't have like a technique or a form. So you think like he's gonna throw a haymaker or a hook? No, he just tackles you and just starts just hammer fisting you.
He looks like the kind of guy who'd like utilize the windmill method. And if I hit you, it's your fault. Shout out to the Simpsons.
Well, then I'll just start kicking. I can't do it in this space. Oh boy, and my
I'm not gonna. It's too late in the evening. I've been drinking. It would only end badly. Anyway, speaking of celebrities, let's get rid of one. It's now time for the Whispeak Schröter segment.
I need my pen and pad for this one.
Oh, yeah. So, Trapdoor segment. Again, if you're not familiar with this segment, what I do is I give Kush 4 celebrity names because this planet that we stand on is too overpopulated.
There's a giant cube.
It's just flat.
Also pop.
It's flat. We're just going to eliminate one from existence. As always, Kush has to show he's working out. This week we have stumbled across the letter O. So almost
boy.
at the end of this journey,
Ooh.
and then I'm going to have to think of another bloody segment. Anyway, so the 4 celebrities with names beginning with O are Olivia Rodrigo, who's famous for releasing those goddamn catchy tunes, but then you find out that someone who wrote the song actually ripped off Taylor Swift and Paramore or whatever. They're damn catchy tunes. But she's a hell of a singer. I'll give her that. She's got a hell of a voice on her.
She sounds like a pretty lady.
Google it. But I don't know how young she is, so I'm gonna withhold my opinion. Next one, Oprah Winfrey, who is famous for giving everyone she meets cars. Number 3, Oscar Isaac, who was most famous for, I guess, Moon Knight.
No, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
he was in Star Wars.
Yeah,
but doing that really, I don't know, is he English or is he, I don't know, because his English accent in Moon Knight always sounded weird. Or was he American? I don't know.
I think he's just a regular dude. I think he's just an American.
Hey, American!
I almost called him a regular dude. Sorry, everyone else. That's not American.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Those damn non-Americans.
They're all
number
irregular.
4, Owen Wilson, most famous for being that guy who's weirdly funny, weirdly annoying, and has the most famously shaped nose in Hollywood.
I understand that he will not answer the question of what the fuck happened to your nose, dude. He never answers it. In fact, if you do ask him, he might walk out of the room. So it's very unprofessional. It's clearly a sore topic for him.
If I was him, just do as the Joker does and just give a different answer every time someone asks.
Ooh, diabolical, Mike Fish. Yeah, I don't think he wants to fucking improv that many times. Eventually, he's bound to repeat himself. And what fun is that?
Yeah, and then once you start that, then everyone thinks it's a game, and then every interview is going to ask you this question. And you're like, "Fuck, I did this to myself."
What's he going to come up with tonight?
But then I guess you know the game was over when someone asked, "So, what's up with your nose?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was fucking your mum with it." Oh, okay, that's the end of that question then. Okay, let's settle that then. So yeah, I love you, Olivia Rodrigo, Oprah Winfrey, Oscar Isaac, or Owen. Don't ask about the nose, Wilson.
So Owen Wilson, sir, you are safe. And you are safe because, yes, you are a funny person. You're not a bad actor. I don't think I've seen everything you've been in, but everything I've seen you in, I've enjoyed. Also, who doesn't love your voice meme? Oh boy, or what is it? No, wow. Yeah, I probably didn't do it justice.
That was a great impression.
Wow.
That was.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks, man. Oscar Isaac, dude. You are also safe. Not because I liked your role in Star Wars. I liked you in Star Wars 7, but didn't give a shit about you in Star Wars 8 or 9. In fact, I thought you should have been hung for treason in Star Wars 8. However, that's not important. You have been fantastic in every movie I've seen you in. And again, I don't think I've seen all of your work, but everything I've seen you in, amazing. The Card Counter, highly underrated. Everyone should go check that out. Oscar Isaac, rest easy, bro. Oprah Winfrey, you're a national treasure, and therefore also not going anywhere. One of the richest ladies in Hollywood. You also produce and you promote and you send kids to college. And there was that thing with Tom Cruise jumping on the couch and you gave away some cars. Let's not worry about that. I don't know why we're still talking about that, but you're safe.
And whenever she does those interviews with celebrities, I can't.
The newest Barbara Walters. Modern day Barbara Walters.
But I can't focus on the actual interview because she's just sitting in her backyard. And I'm just like, that is an amazing backyard. I'm so jealous of that. Is
it always backyard. In her backyard? Or
well, I'm assuming it's her backyard, to be honest. Actually, I could be wrong. But it could be some Airbnb. But she can afford it.
It's a very expensive Airbnb. Shit. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the new interviews, but I get what you're saying. So unfortunately, Miss Olivia Rodrigo, I am not familiar with you. I am not familiar with your work. You sound like a pretty lady, but again, it's just a name. So you're thank you for your service. You are no longer needed.
Oh, and she was just getting started as well. Never mind.
Some of us have to make the sacrifice. Some of us, our only purpose is to be the sacrifice. Heavy
Jesus, that was
times here on
dark.
the Waffle Box. I know. Well, that's what the trap door is. That's what the trap door is.
Oh, where do we segue from that?
To a movie about kidnapping.
Yeah, that Jesus. That some of us, our only purpose are to be the sacrifice.
That's not how I sound, but you keep
That's
working
like
on
some
that. You're almost there.
dystopian
You're almost
movie shit. Where
You
it's
need to
like
put a little
we
more
have to
bass in your voice.
appease this big monster. So we just have people who just purposely out babies so we can feed them to the monster so he doesn't kill us all.
That's
And
the
then
point
one
of
of
the
the
traffic.
one of the babies that gets picked out somehow gets rescued, and then they get brought up as like the savior, and they end up killing the monster, and the whole human race is saved. What a great movie! I don't
You're
know what
so
I'm going to
funny,
call it
Big
yet,
Fish.
but
I love doing this show.
speaking of movies, it is now time for Kush's movie review, and this week he's reviewing the movie Missing. Hit the music.
Missing.
Kush's movie review.
Missing, which, as doing my research, I found out this is technically a sequel, I guess.
It's a loose sequel. Searching.
To the movie Searching. So whoever wrote these movies, he has some imagination for the movies, but he just puts it all on the paper, and by the time, what's the movie called? Ah, fuck, I don't know. Score anything. What are they doing in the movie? Searching? Boom, that'll do. What's this one called? Searching 2? No, I can't do that. Missing.
Can't do Searching 2. Gotta go Missing. The next one will be Looking. And then if there's a fourth one, it'll probably be Finding.
Guess who's looking too?
Or Searching. Searching.
Well,
we are talking today about. Oh, so I don't know. I don't know
Searching,
anymore.
Missing, Looking, Investigating. That's too long.
Investigating.
Snooping.
So, snooping. There you go.
It's about
snooping.
It's about a stalker.
So this is
a stalker.
This is the horror movie told from the point of view of the captor. Of the bad guy.
No. Hear me out.
No.
Because like the big success of the show Dexter, right? Where they utilized a guy who was really bad, but and so they kind of twisted it around. So he was a bad guy who's murdering people, but he's only murdering bad people, right? Mm-hmm. So in this movie, they can't find these people. They're so lost. Who's really good at finding people? Stalkers. So they hire a stalker to use their stalking brain to find the missing person.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I'm on fire. Hollywood, listen to me. I've just come up with 2 blockbuster movies.
Hollywood, as Mike Fish's official
well.
representative and agent, we must talk, and you can reach me on Twitter at Kush_Hayes, and we'll talk further. And he needs a 3-picture deal. He gets $10 million, $13 million, and finally $20 million for his work.
I was kind of hoping the 3 numbers would add up to 69, but never mind.
We can work on that. Don't worry, buddy. This is just open negotiations. However, we're doing a movie review now.
Oh, yeah.
And the movie is called Missing. It's PG-13. It's 1 hour and 51 minutes. Stars the lovely Nia Long, young Storm Reed, and Lost's Ken Leong, who is it's great to see him again. Like,
He
I know he's
was
been
in
working.
Lost.
I ain't seen him in a while.
I recognized that guy's face. And I was like, where the fuck do I know that guy from? He was in Lost.
He was Miles in Lost, and then like once Lost ended, the next role he did just immediately just all great. And it's like, wow, like time has not been kind to you, Mr. Leong. Anyway, this is written and directed by Nick Johnson and Will Merrick, and is produced by the same team that did produce Searching and the Unfriended films, as well as another Screen Life movie called Profile. There's a pattern here. It's all found footage films. It's usually through a laptop or some sort of webcam. But yeah, this is, as you mentioned, Mike Fish, a loose, unofficial sequel to the movies Searching. See how confusing this gets, folks. This wouldn't be confusing if it was just called Searching 2.
The wording that I read, he said spiritual sequel.
Spiritual, yeah, I'll accept that. The movie actually starts off with our young protagonist Storm Reed watching a Netflix crime drama docu-series about the last movie. I thought, while I did not see that movie, I was like, okay, that's a cute intro. I'm into it. This is interesting movie. I like the way they do it. They ratchet the tension up. You're always like, what is going on here? Every time we unlock a new clue, like shit gets a little deeper. Things get a little more serious. Sometimes there's a false negative, sometimes there's a false positive. But once like things get into play, like you're into the story. It's a good time. And then we get to the third act and we get the twist is revealed, and it's kind of like, while you're watching the movie, like, okay, yeah, I'm still into this. But once you start thinking about it a day or two later, you're like, what why would she do that? Where did that come from? Like, maybe that's just me. I don't know. Like, and I don't want to give away any spoilers. Sometimes we do give away the spoilers. I don't want to do that on this one, but like,
Bruce Willis was
if you
dead
think about
the whole time.
Thankfully, Bruce Willis is not dead at all in this film. But you know, it was an interesting film. I enjoyed watching it in the theater. However, if it does come on
Ed Norton
home media,
was
I would
Tyler
actually
Durden the whole time.
I would recommend actually watching. This is like the one movie you can watch on your computer or even your telephone.
I imagine
like,
it's almost somewhat enhanced, somewhat.
Somewhat. Like, you don't need to watch this on your beautiful 4K TV over here. Like, this is a screen lock movie, a screen life movie. I don't know. It's found footage. Everything is done through Apple iTunes and iPhoto and whatever. Mike Fish, you work with a Macintosh, right?
I do.
Yeah. Everything's done through Zoom and the Ring doorbells, and like there isn't a shred of original footage in this film that isn't taken from a computer's laptop or a cell phone or a doorbell cam or Action News. Like, all of this is just, it's all on the screen. So I don't think you'll enjoy this watching this at home on your TV, but in chunks, I think you would like watching it on your laptop or miscellaneous, your iPad, etc., etc. But I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 only because the twist is just kind of like, really, you did that? Why would you do that? Don't do that. Like, it's amazing this girl isn't more mad at you, Nia Long. So that's my review of Missing.
I'm not a big fan of movies that do plot twists where you can just clearly tell they're just doing it for the sake of, you didn't see that coming. So, I didn't see that coming because it doesn't make sense. Why would that happen?
There's plenty of movies out there where the plot twist is fantastic, but this doesn't make sense. And it's just like, again, I don't want to get into spoilers on this episode.
Was a figment of Ed Norton's imagination.
And I was down with that. I like Fight Club.
Right, plot twist.
Anyway, look, so
do that.
Storm Reed is fantastic. Nia Long plays a fantastic square mom. Like, Nia Long's not a square, but for whatever reason, she at 47 years old doesn't know how to use her fucking iPhone. It's tiny quirks like that I love. And yeah, Missing. It's not a bad movie, but it's not the best movie I've seen these past 3 weeks of 2023.
Don't do the third movie. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it
No,
go.
the folks that produce this are always doing found footage stuff. So I imagine we'll see another movie after this, whatever they call it. They might not even like connect it to these last two movies, but yeah, this team will do another found footage film.
Pretty sure I've mentioned several times on this show at this point how much I loathe found footage movies. Dumb. Dumb. Anyway, there you go. Time to wrap up the show. It's time to end the show on a high. Give us all those warm and fuzzy feelings inside. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. It's insane. Can I hear it again?
I'm so glad we had the caption come up there, because otherwise people watching the video version would have seen me almost fall over while I was dancing.
It's gonna be worse than the time I actually did fall over, which was like not even like 2 months ago. That shit was dumb.
That was funny.
That was funny.
So this week's feel good story takes us to somewhere in America.
Oh.
So the story starts. So I had to kind of rejig the story because I kind of want, and it's this. Sometimes it just goes too much, like too in raw. We want a little bit of a foreplay with these stories. So I kind of rejig the story. So the first name mentioned isn't the person doing the feel good stuff, but you'll get it in the end. So Brooke Walker. She had been a pharmacist at Geraldine's, the town drugstore. So this is where I probably try and do the things I actually forgot to leave the town's name in there, but never mind. For 2 years, when a fella named Hody Childress came in. He was a regular customer. And one day he just asked, "Hey, Brooke, come here. Do you ever have anybody that comes in and they just can't pay for their medication?" And she said, "Well, yeah, unfortunately, that happens quite a bit." And so Mr. Childress handed a $100 bill and said, "Next time that happens, can you use this to pay for their medication? Don't tell them where it came from. Don't tell me who needed it. Just say that it's a blessing from the Lord." So Mrs. Walker later called him back to tell him that, she went by his wishes. She didn't tell him who that she helped out with the money, but she just phoned, "Hey, yep, I used your money," and I wanted to let him know how much of his generosity meant to the customer that it helped. He thanked her, and she said she ended the call feeling blown away by this guy's generosity. A nice guy. She thought it'd be a one-time thing of kindness, but the next month he came in and did the same thing. This continued every single month for almost 10 years. And she said, "I never saw it lasting this long." And he always said, "Keep this between us."
Nice.
However, eventually his daughter, Tanya, had to be brought in on the secret. So unfortunately, Mr. Childress started battling an illness, and so her father became unable to leave his home. So one day he asked her for a favor. He said to his daughter, "I've been doing something for a while, and I'd like to continue doing this." He said, "I want you to take this $100 bill up to the drugstore and do this every first of the month for as long as I am alive." This continued to happen until earlier this year, where unfortunately Mr. Childress passed away on the 1st of January 2023. He was 80 years old. And this guy, for almost 2 decades, donated to this pharmacy to help those less fortunate pay for their medication. What a guy.
Right.
Rest in peace, my friend. You are a legend. Holy Childress, we salute you. What a nice guy. What a fucking nice guy.
What a great guy. Yeah, man.
Makes me feel bad. Like, I don't do that. I should do something. But whatever, that's not the point.
It'd be nice to win the lotto and then get to do that, but we haven't done that yet, so stand by.
What a guy.
What a great
now
guy.
I'm all feeling all lovely jubbly. That does bring us to a close for another week. 82 episodes of this nonsense. My goody gosh. Coach Hayes, you do other podcasts. Why don't you tell the fine folks of the Syrup Squad what they got to look forward to if they search bosnet.family on the internets?
You're going to see the newest episode of the Microdose this Friday. And we have Drew Angelman coming on talking about Academy Award nominations and our first reactions to it. Those came out this morning, and we'll have an opinion. So tune in for that. We'll have a second episode later, a couple months later, before the night. Anyways, that's what's up. Microdose number 150 this Friday.
Ooh, 150. Also, if you're really bored, you should go listen to Microdose episode 149, where me and Kush go back to listen to, was it the 2018 Oscar predictions? And I just helped rip them apart. Because
we don't do too much ripping apart, but it was a good criticism. It was a fun waffle tracks. And if you don't like listening to us talk over us, you can listen to the original episode also on the bosnet.family.
Kai got spoken over. But anyway. Funny guy. What a guy. What a guy. Also, you can check me out if you do like your sports. We are heading up to the big game. My New York Giants and West Ham United podcast. Claret and Big Blue live every Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. Check it out, cbbpod.com. Make sure you follow us at WaffleboxPod on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And if you are listening to us, check us out on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube and you can't get to YouTube and you need to do it on the run, we're available on all your podcast machines. I am only Mike Fish on the socials. He is
at Kush_Hayes, and we are the original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutions.
No.
Because it is the best part of Wednesdays.
Absolutely. Oh shit, that music ran out.
Wow.
Well, that was awkward. There we go. Let's bring it back. Anyway. Until next week. Take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.